So here we have another partial fraction, but in this partial fraction we have this part here, which is a quadratic denominator that we're unable to factorize. Now, if we could factorize it into three linear ones, we would set it up as a, b, c all over the linear denominators. However, with this quadratic, this leads us to give this starting point. Now, just to explain what we've got here, is we've got the single a over this linear part. Now, what's happening here is that the a is 1 degree less than the denominator. We've probably taken that for granted in some of the ones we've done so far, but a is 1 degree less, so it's x to the power of 0. And what we've got here is we've taken 1 degree less, so we've got a linear function of x rather than the quadratic. Now, we can't have a quadratic in here because this would end up giving me an improper fraction, and that's not what we want. So we can see that actually, as a side note, if we had an x cube in here that we couldn't factorize, this would have to be something like bx squared plus cx plus d. But we're not going to be doing anything that complicated in these ones. So once I've set that up and I understand, it's really just a matter of going through like we did before and making the denominators on both sides the same. So the a would have to be multiplied by that bracket, and the bx plus c has to be multiplied by x minus 2. And again, once we've done this, this is now all just about your algebra and numeracy. So if I look at this one here, if I make x 2, then that's going to knock out, it's going to make this 0, so the whole bracket here is going to be knocked out. So there we are with our linear thing. X equals 2, so let's just go through and make sure we've done the maths right. 2 squared is 4, 24, take away 10, plus 14. Yep, so that's 38, 28, and 7a apparently. So this is all gone, and this is 2 squared plus 3 is 7. So that works out nicely. A is 4. Now, to work out the next ones, I've made x 0, because when I make x 0, the b disappears, and I'll be left with some a's. Well, that's okay, because I know what the a is now. It's a value, and I'll have c on its own. So when x is 0, we have 14 on this side, we have 3a, and we have, let's just check that's right, x is 0, minus 2c. A is 4, so this is going to give me 12, so we're going to have 2c equals minus 2, so c is minus 1. And then I've made x1. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do here. This gives me a nice simple answer. If x is 1, I get 15 on this side. 1 plus, it's going to give me 4a, 1b, minus 1, because I now know that c is minus 1, and minus 1. A bit of algebra with that. This is 4, so 4 4s are 16. Take that from both sides, minus 1. Minus b plus b, so b equals, we're going to add b to both sides, add 1 to both sides, and we've got the b. Now it's just a matter of writing that out into our fractions. And this is exactly what we had at the start. So a is 4, and we've got the 2x minus 1. And little typo there when I've typed it out. This should have been a 2.